there, and welcome to WithoutWire. This video will help guide you through the best way for you to experience our application to meet your needs. If you haven't already signed up for an account, please refer to our video, WithoutWire Sign Up. In that video, we will take you through downloading the app and the secure sign-up process. Okay, so now that you've signed up and logged in, you should be sitting on this screen. This screen will always come up if your setup is not completed. One of the nice features of this setup is that you can begin the setup and come back to it later if you want. You will continue seeing the Let's Get Started screen until 3 conditions are met in your setup. You have bins set up in the system, you have items set up, and you have inventory created. Please be aware there are many ways to set up your app depending on whether you want to instantly jump into the See the System or if you want to integrate to full ERP systems like Microsoft Dynamics. If you'd rather import data directly into WithoutWire, there's an option for that as well from the web console and a computer. This can be useful if you already have your data in a spreadsheet form, or if you have a lot of records you want to import. If you'd like to use data imports, then log in from a personal computer by clicking on the Login button on our website, WithoutWire.com. For more information on data imports, please view our video, Data Setup Tools, available from YouTube or from our website. One other important note before we get started. You can undo your steps in the setup up to the point of tapping the Finish button. Once you tap Finish, then changes can be done by either using the web console or creating a support ticket from within the web console. You can always clear out your data if you decide later to set up your system differently. So for this screen, you want to select Use Demo Data. So let's go ahead and tap Use Demo Data. Now a few key things to mention here. You'll notice at the top of the screen a progress bar that lets you know what step in the process you're on. At the bottom, you'll notice navigation buttons to take you back and forward through these steps. If you go all the way back to the beginning, you can undo your work if you want to start over. If the device you're using has integrated barcode scanner or you're using a Bluetooth scanner, then you can scan bins and items from your scanning trigger while you go through the wizard, as opposed to using the camera for scanning barcodes. If you purchased a Bluetooth scanner and you need help pairing, please watch the WithoutWire tutorial video, Pairing Bluetooth Scanners. For this video flow, we're going to tap Set up with my own sample inventory first, and then the end portion of the video will show you the Canned Instant Demo option as well. If you want to jump into the system using our canned data, you will use the Canned Instant Demo, and you can follow along with that process at the end of this video. For the Canned Instant Demo, you can use the barcodes for items and bins that are available by searching the knowledge base for canned demo barcodes. We will set up our own sample inventory and go through creating sample bins and items within those bins. If you're in a warehouse with bins and items, that is preferred, especially if there are items with barcodes in your bin locations. After bins and items are set up, approximately 1,000 pick requests and purchase order receipts are generated to test with. Let's tap Set up with my own sample inventory. If you're not familiar with the concept of bins, then this screen will give you a quick description. Each bin has an associated bin type. Within the system, there are many different types of bins which can be set up with different rules and behaviors. For this process, we will generate the 2 staging locations, one for receiving and one for picking. In the next screen, you will create as many bins as you want for your demo experience. We suggest creating at least 3. From this screen, there are a few ways to enter your bins. First, you can tap into the grid where it says bin number. If you're using an iOS or Android smartphone or tablet with a camera, then you'll also notice the barcode symbol in the bottom left corner. If you click it, you may be asked to provide access to the camera from this app. Once you allow access to the camera, you'll be able to either scan the barcode for your bin, or you can also tap the blue keyboard icon in the center of the bottom, which will pull up a text box to enter bin numbers. Enter your bin number and tap OK. For the last bin here, I'm going to activate the camera and scan a barcode. Now that I've created my 3 bin locations, let's tap the Next button at the bottom. Let's talk briefly about items. If you want to get more information about item types, you'll also be able to tap the blue I to access the knowledge base. Before we start setting up your items, we need to tell the app how many different types of items we want to support. For the most basic scenarios, basic items will work best. If, however, you want to track lot numbers, serial numbers, or expiration dates, then select those options here. I'm going to tap the Next button. The next piece of important setup information we need to know is whether you want to set up multiple units per item or not. Keep in mind that the choices you make here can be changed later if you do decide to start with 1 unit of measure per item and you want to add more later. Again, you can click the blue eye to get more information on units of measure. If you select the option to use various units of measure, then each item you set up on the next screen will have 2 units of measure created by default. And each and a case, for the sake of the demo setup, there are 10 eaches per case. Now we are at step 3 in our setup wizard, where we set up items. To begin, tap the camera icon in the left bottom corner. First, I'm going to show scanning the barcode. Each item requires an item description. Item descriptions can be up to 101 text characters. I'll enter red steel hammer. If you have a microphone option, you can use voice recognition to help you enter in long descriptions as well. Next, I'll tap the item type and see the 4 item types that are selected in the previous screen. If you don't see all of the item types, that means you did not select them, which is okay. Just tap on the item type and you'll return back again. If you select an item type that requires additional information, then you will be prompted here to fill this information in. Here I'm entering a lot number. I'll make the quantity 10. Now I tap the UOM field and select the UOM that I want to use. Remember, if you enter in case quantities, they're recorded as 10 eaches in the base unit of measure. When you do inventory lookups, you'll notice that inventory is reported in the base unit of measure, each. Next, we tap the bin number field and select the bin we have this inventory in. If you do have barcode bin locations, then you can also tap the barcode icon to scan the bin. Okay, so we've set up our first item. We will create another item. I tap the camera icon, scan the barcode, and now I enter the description, yellow rubber screwdriver. I select the item type and select serial tracked, which means I can only have a quantity of 1 serial number. I select a unit of measure. I scan or select a bin location for my yellow rubber screwdriver. I'm going to scan my next item. Enter the description, blue metal nail. Make this a basic item. Enter a quantity of 1,000. I select a unit of measure of case and select the bin this item is in. In this case, bin 2. At this point, I have my 3 items created and I'm ready to complete step 3 of setup of items. Keep in mind that you can add as many items and bins to this screen as you want. It can be used to enter your starting physical inventory once you decide to go live. At this time, if we wanted, we can go backwards using the back arrow button and make changes to our items, bins, or even select a different path to getting started. Once you click Finish, the steps to modify your inventory and other data elements requires additional steps. Okay, let's tap the Next button. Now at this point, we see that we're at the last step in the setup wizard. The only thing left to do here is tap Finish in the bottom right-hand corner. Now if you do click the Finish button, then you will get into the app and you can start picking and receiving. However, I'm going to now take you through the canned demo data process. If you've followed along up to this point on your own device, don't click Finish. You will want to click the back button until you get back to the User Demo Data button. Okay, I'm back on the Let's Get Started screen. I'm now going to take you through the canned demo data process where you will use our canned items and bins, purchase orders, and sales orders. Again, as I mentioned earlier, the best way to work with this data is to download the barcodes from our website by search for canned demo barcodes. From there, you can print out the PDF document, or if you're using a camera, you can usually scan the PDF directly in from a computer screen. I'm going to select Canned Demo Data and tap Next. Now I'm going to go through these same screens which I've already described earlier. Now that I'm on the last screen, I simply hit Finish. And there we are. We're all set to start playing with sample data.